Hello, my friends. Today's date is February the 28th, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date. This is also a way, if you want to look at it through another special date or an anniversary, you can extend it into that realm. Uh, but this is a primarily birthday reading for February 28th, folks. This is a four-card pull, a general energy card for the year, something that might be sustained through it or punctuate it to make you look and consider. Then there is a general, a particular challenge. Then there's a particular energy to stay balanced, and then there is a synopsis or outcome card. This is this is the general energy card of the year. It is the stone, and what does the stone ask us to reflect upon? Well, the stone is the reflection of the eternal, the anchor, the that which has been here for ever and ever. It will live longer than probably humanity. This earth, this original stone, this watcher, this witness, this giver of life, because we've needed this stone. We've to be on, to also to give us the minerals, to and then for stones and meteors to come from other places to land here to bring the necessary energies and chemicals in order for us to be alive on this earth. The stone is our anchor, and we must remember that we are connected to this earth. This body will always go back to the earth in some form. This body is allowed to witness the experience of being, a spiritual being in a physical spiritual body because of this earth. So the earth is our witness. The earth is our mother. The stone is our anchor. The stone asks us to remember that this will keep going, that our lives will keep going. We will continue to be connected to this stone again and again and again to learn our lessons and to grow our time and to increase our witness and to experience ourselves in as many different beings who walk on this earth to experience and grow in our sense of love and compassion and honor and dignity and truth, that we are all part of the stone and we all come from the stone and we are given life by this stone, and that this is a blessed thing to experience and a blessed thing to witness. So it asks us to be aware, conscious. It asks us to be centered, grounded. It asks us to be aware of the timelessness of being, and to find some peace and some understanding through that timelessness. That do we need to keep picking up the stones to fight with each other and to use as weapons? Or can we learn how to build and grow together and use the stones for the mutual benefit of all beings? So, this is a very large kind of sense of energy to reflect upon. I think, in particular, the stone, the eternal witness, is a lot of what this card is particularly about this year for you, because this is your challenge, is the wheel of fortune. It's hard to face what we face every day and say, God, I wish this was different. God, this is challenging. God, this is hard. Make this different. Make this easier. Take this away. But yet we are given what we are given in order for us to grow on many levels, and to learn lessons and to experience life in a body, and to keep bringing in the ability to act out of love and consciousness and trust and honor and experience all the levels of the wheel. So your challenge is to accept what you're experiencing this year on some level, and to trust that this is a necessary part of your life. You can't control karma. You can't control what is brought to you because of your good deeds or your not so good deeds in the past. You can't control what other people need to experience, so you can't, make the world a peaceful place on your own. Everyone has to join in that. So you have to suffer through wars, and you have to suffer through famines, and you have to suffer through the control by other people. You have to suffer through your own control that you put out, trying to maintain your hold on your sanity, and your hold on your wants, and your holds on your needs, and your holds on your definitions of yourself. So there's a lot of challenge and pain that can come with the Wheel of Fortune, but there's a lot of joy and light, because the good always is there with the bad. The easy is always there with the tough. The destruction is always there with the creation. It is thus so to be in form. These things are always changing for us. The only thing that kind of sits there witnessing it is the stone. And we have this stone inside of us, this witness inside of us. It's called the witness inside of us that just watches and is aware of everything that happens, and can bring a sense of peace and a sense of trust to us that, well, this is just part of us learning on a bigger scale, on a humanitarian scale, how to just keep flowing and going with the flow, and trusting that you're getting what you need, even if it is a challenge, and trusting that you can always have choices and make choices that fit better for you in the long run. And the more that you can tap into your sacred spirit and your eternal soul, that is the witness that is inside of you, that sits in this stone, that is the witness of your body and anchors you to this earth, then you can more easily navigate the paths that the Wheel of Fortune brings to you in any given moment. That's a challenge. It's always a challenge. It's a challenge to be human. It's a challenge to have feelings. It's a challenge to define yourself. It's a challenge to keep your needs met and keep in your body. It's a challenge to be creative and co-creative in a world that wants to judge you and rein you in and keep you in a narrow path. It's a challenge to be authentic. It's a challenge to be loving and giving and receiving and open. It's a challenge to dance. It's a challenge to be light and wise and airy, because of all the pains that we endure and all the challenges that are difficult. But this is a way, this is what we have, and this is what we do, and this is a year where you face, I think, some big challenge within yourself of not really liking what's happening to you, and how do you keep going in it? How do you allow it? How do you witness it and learn to be, if not in peace with it, at least in honor of it as being as something that is necessary for the consciousness of humanity to undergo, and not just for you to undergo. So this is the action that you can take. It is the hummingbird. Hummingbird speaks of nectar, and the nectar speaks of, spiritual sustenance. Hummingbird lives on sugar, and then flies thousands of miles and can do amazing things, fly, hover, go backward, go forward, one of the few creatures that can fly backwards. It can do great distances, but it's an active creature, and you can't cage a hummingbird. This is another valuable lesson with hummingbird. You can't cage a hummingbird. You can't stop it from singing, or it will die. You can't stop what's inside of you from singing, or you too will die. You can't give up on this long journey that you have, and forget about the sacred sweetnesses that connect you into your spirit, into the part of you that transcends your pain, into the part of you that sees the good in yourself and others, into the part of you that shares the good with yourself and with others, the part of you that continues to be creative, the part of you that keeps listening to the gold in your soul and speaking your truth and living your dreams and fighting for justice and fairness and equality, the recognition that we're all in this fight together. There's a great deal of sacred, sweet nectar in that glorious work toward balance and equality and justice and fairness in the world. Hummingbird sets good boundaries. It's a prime fighter, but more than that, it's a taker in of the nectar of life and vitality and power and dreaming and maybe this is a sense of use your warrior energy, the hummingbird warrior energy, to pursue your sacred goals, to find your sacred nectar, to challenge yourself to go through your life and have courage and have faith and have trust and remember the stone that, there is that witness, there is that eternity, that is that longevity that should give you a sense of peace in your movement, that good should give you a sense of connection in your movement, but that also gives you that sense of eternal beauty and eternal wisdom and eternal grace and eternal connection that says, well, yes, I need to go through this over and over again, but in the biggest picture, I am always the shimmering gold of the universe, coagulated into this particular form to experience life on this earth, and this life is an illusion, and this earth is temporal. Each of these lives are illusions because they leave and we come back as the same spirit but in a new soul and in a new body and in a new experience, so we can keep growing and humanity can keep growing. And in that power of recognition, do we learn to carry our beauty as rather than carry our burdens? Do we learn to carry the flowers and the nectars and the blossoms that spring forth from us, and give us light and give us truth and give us power and give us love and give us ever deepening connection? And do we learn how to connect that onto the stone, this Mother Earth that gives us form? And do we learn how to stay in balance as we undergo our karma, as we undergo our life, as we undergo our essence being here for a brief and limited time? Ahom Atakwayasan. Remember your soul. Give it love. Let it witness. Find some peace this year. Blessed be.